is light fluffy snow. See? Whee! Up it goes. I'm imitating myself this morning. Beautiful little dusting, but why so much? And just got to tell you right now, we didn't think the winds would drop to a southeast orientation, but once they did that, the snow squall moved out of Hamilton pretty quickly. Barely a trace in Dundas, but it swung up towards the west side of the GTA, and with that long fetch, that long stretch of open water across Lake Ontario, that's why the west side of the city picked up a quick almost 10 centimeters. Good to see you as we get you ready for March break. All kinds of fun stuff going on, whether it's Reptilia, your thing, or maybe the aquarium, or maybe a drive down to Niagara Falls, or maybe you're heading out of town. East on the 401, maybe heading to Montreal. Lucky you. We're going to talk about ski conditions in just a moment. Staying close to home, comfortable temperatures, a little bit of snow possible for the next 3 days. If you're traveling south of the border, there's quite a strong system with thunderstorms today moving slowly east, clearing the Carolina coast. There's I-75, I-95, very popular route for coming through Toronto, Buffalo, and south. So expect some wet weather as you head south. Drier Saturday, but a bit of unsettled weather around the lower Great Lakes. Not looking at any big blockbuster storms in the short range. So if you're traveling in the next day or so, not only will you have generally calmer conditions for your drive, but look at that. Compare 23 Key West and 25 Miami to 1-2 degrees. You know, I was thinking that Toronto tomorrow looks so great, and Saturday as well for southern Ontario, till I saw Florida. We're certainly into a warmer trend. We've got the chance of a messy mix from time to time this coming March break weekend. And if you're getting ready to head out of town, thanks so much, Natalie. Beautiful day for it. There's a bit of a wind chill and lots of sunshine. We're looking down from space. One of my favorite weather tools, visible satellite. There's the cloud cover and the snow in the north and all the ice cover on the Great Lakes. Noticeably open Lake Ontario, ice at the east end, and the ice starting to break up because of the wind pushing that ice pack away. Those easterly winds across Lake Ontario. Yes, you're right. We did get more snow in the west side of the GTA than we had forecast yesterday. No question about that. The reason the winds dropped down a little more further southeast than we had anticipated, and that brought our quick burst of light, fluffy 9-10 centimeters west side of the GTA. Hamilton had less. It lasted a shorter period of time. -5. We are going up. The temperature's rising because the southwest wind is going to take hold. Still an easterly wind and a wind chill right now, but watch what happens. Whoop! Getting into the balmy light blue range. Ta-da! Back to normal temperatures. How long has it been since we got to 2-3 degrees? And we're going to be there in southern Ontario. Here's Toronto. It's Friday, Saturday, March break underway. Tomorrow's a PD day for many. Little chance of snow overnight tomorrow, Saturday, and potentially Sunday as well. And with temperatures being a little warmer, at least for now, a little cooler next week, we may get some messy rain-snow mix at times. March break is getting underway. We've had those kinds of conditions in parts of the GTA today. Blue skies, but that wind still out of the east. Boy, that shows it nicely, doesn't it? 41 kilometer an hour gusts right now in Toronto, sustained 20 to 30. So it's a pretty brisk wind. It's a bit of a windy day. All the wind arrows east to southeast, with the exception of Hamilton. So east to southeast means, lake effect snow earlier today. And look what it's done to the lake ice on Erie. The western end is breaking apart from the eastern edge, and we're starting to see more cracks. This is a time-lapse visible satellite, the actual look down from space today. And there's a little bit of open water on Lake Michigan. You can see the cloud cover drifting up across Superior. Snowstorm in the north. Ontario's open. That's why we had close to 10 centimeters of snow at Pearson earlier today, and it came so quickly. It's gone. -5, -13, the wind chill, similar in Newmarket, Sharon, -12 is what it feels like, Barrie as well. It's gone in terms of it's not falling. It's not gone yet because it's staying cold. Or is it? Look at the evening, -6, not factoring in the wind chill. Friday morning, sunshine, -5, -8, but look at the afternoon. Now that's an improvement. 12 degrees up in Hamilton. We are seeing a really nice kickoff to March break. Many kids have a PD day tomorrow. Seasonal, snow to the north, rain to the south if you're traveling south to Florida. And there's the long-range trend. Chrissy, a little cooler going into next week. Of course, it's not that unusual, but you want to know the problem spots so that you can be prepared to avoid them if possible. Helping you beat the traffic. Chrissy will be along in just a second with the latest. And I've got the latest as far as the wind's concerned, because the wind has everything to do with our story today. Current winds in white, gusts in yellow and orange. And notice the wind arrows. Almost everybody is out of a due east wind. And with the open water of Lake Ontario, that brought in lake effect snow for us this morning. Couple centimeters for Hamilton. And then that band pushed all the way up into the west side of the GTA. Another thing that's been very interesting, we've been talking a lot this season about the solid ice cover on Lake Erie. Well, look what we see now on the western half west of Long Point. Yeah, there is open water all the way through the middle and down the shoreline. And as you watch this time-lapse visible satellite, this is from this morning through this afternoon, you'll see that the ice starts to break up. See how that starts to break away? Isn't that fantastic? In real time, starting to push away. Anything black is open water. We can see the ice cover up on Lake Superior. We are seeing distinctive signs of spring. Not with the current temperatures, maybe. Still on the cold side. There's this evening -6s, -9s for Orangeville and for Barrie. Friday morning, wake up and head out to school. Oh, no head out to school. You're on a PD day. Lucky you. And here's the afternoon. What we've been waiting for. Seasonal temperatures finally. Wet weather if you're traveling south of the border for March break. Coming up, your local forecast, Chrissy, with temperatures into next week, helping people plan, but you need to help us plan for right now. And what some beautiful shots today. Thanks, Natalie. That was just a real pleasure, wasn't it? Natalie will be along again in about 10 minutes, and Chrissy will be along shortly with your commute. We've got you covered. Let's take a look at Lake Ontario. The view, the bird's eye view from space. Anything black on the Great Lakes is unfrozen open water. Plenty of it on Lake Ontario, not so much on the other lakes. We're seeing the ice break up now after being just about 100% covered on Lake Erie. That west end, there's that black ring, and that's where the ice is pulling away from the shore, being pushed by the easterly winds that were buffeting Natalie. It's also the warmth and strength of the sun, which is starting to break up the ice packs a little bit. And that easterly wind, I'm sorry, the forecast didn't quite work out perfectly, did it? The winds dropped a little bit more southeast, which brought the heavier snow out of Hamilton, where we thought you might get 5 or so, and up towards the west GTA. Pearson got 9 centimeters. It was quick, it was light and fluffy, easy to shovel. And snow, again, well, current temperatures would support it, but it's more of a temperature on the cool side with a bit of a wind chill. Look how the temperatures are going to rise, though, overnight through Friday. PD day, start of March break for many. Whoa, blasting into the light blue, and that means single-digit temperatures. That's a pretty nice forecast with sunshine and sunshine Saturday and maybe a few flurries overnight, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Telling me it's a bit like a Friday commute out there. It's a PD day tomorrow. If any kids are watching, sorry about that. You see, this is live TV. This is what happens. PD day tomorrow, which means that the holiday's already started. And Pearson is busy today and tomorrow, particularly these 2 days as people head out of town. Head south maybe, or maybe you're one of those lucky kids that's going up to Horseshoe Valley or Snow Valley for some fun in the snow. Lots of snow, lots of rinks open, easterly winds, gusts in orange, sustained winds, anywhere from 16 to 30 kilometers an hour. It is a brisk day, and those strong easterly winds, it's fascinating. Love this visible satellite, great tool. Look at the snow on the ground through southwestern Ontario. Lake St. Clair is frozen, west end of Lake Erie, east end of Lake Erie, but look what's happening here, west of Long Point down to Peely. The ice is breaking up. Today it's breaking up. Watch this crack here. This is a time-lapse satellite. Thanks, John, for sharing it one more time. See how that crack gets a little bit bigger and it sort of jumps back? That's a time-lapse satellite view from space looking down at Lake Erie. It'll look just like that if you're flying over it tomorrow, headed to Florida. Current temperatures and wind chills. Temperatures this evening, -6, -9. And then tomorrow morning, you're heading out. Maybe you're going to get an early start on a road trip. Look at those temperatures tomorrow afternoon. I wouldn't want to be leaving southern Ontario with finally 2s and 3s and 4s. It's going to be a spectacular day. Snow to the north might reach us late day and a few flurries for the weekend. And there's wet weather to our south with some possible thunderstorms. Oh, thanks very much, Natalie. Oh, it's cold, it's windy, and it's March break. It started, hasn't it? It started. The kids are bouncing off the walls and you're trying to make plans. We're going to help you with that. 5:05 on a Thursday. First up, though, the weather, the bird's eye view looking down at the Great Lakes. What a beautiful country. Lots of snow on the ground. Anything white here on the lakes is solid ice. Mostly at the far east end of Lake Ontario. All this open water helping to bring us our lake effect snow earlier today. And this is a neat shot. The east side of Lake Erie frozen. Kids, what does this mean? Yeah, that black ring means that the water or the ice is broken away from the shore. There's water around that ice pool. Sure signs of spring. Lake effect snow earlier today. Less for Hamilton, more for Toronto than we had forecast. I'll be quite upfront about that. The scientific explanation, or the meteorological explanation, the winds backed a little bit more southeasterly. So where my hand is pointing, that's where the snow came on shore. Right now, it's cool temperatures with a bit of a wind chill and lots of lovely sunshine. Currently -4 to -8. Temperatures rising. We will be seasonal overnight near -5 for tomorrow morning, and then, ta-da, up to 2 degrees, 3 degrees, 4 degrees through Friday afternoon. This is good news. Downtown, looking at 3, 2 on Saturday, chance of flurries overnight Friday, overnight Saturday, maybe a weak system Sunday with a few centimeters. And temperatures, well, they stay much warmer than they've been. There is a vehicle on fire, and John, do we have that footage we can share with our viewers in the next moment or two? At around 2 a.m., one of our producers, BJ Stewart, was driving along the 401 trying to get here. Yes, she starts work at something like 2:30 in the morning. And there was a devastating accident on the 401. There was a tractor trailer on fire. It was the middle of the night. Imagine this. And, you know, hats off to these crews that are ready 24/7. You can see the fire crews on the right dragging the ropes. It was cold, it was snowing, it was icy. And there's that pretty catastrophic looking situation. I believe it was the Express, because you can see traffic getting by on the far side. Thanks, John. John Dergaris, our director there. No injuries, but what a closure. What a closure. I think, did I hear that they had to do some resurfacing in that area? Anyway, we've got Chrissy on your commute in just a moment. I've got your weather right now. Okay, the gusts have eased up a little bit. Still 30 gusting to 40 around parts of the GTA. Those winds coming off the lake, and you can see the wind directions there. You see those arrows? Mostly an easterly flow, bit more of a southeast tilt. When that southeast wind came into Toronto earlier today, a quick 9-10 centimeters. That easterly wind is pushing the Lake Erie ice pack away, helping it to break up. It's been an exceptional year for ice cover on the Great Lakes. Current temperatures and wind chills, I think you're going to like tomorrow. Are you ready? It's going to be balmy, 3 degrees, sunshine. 2 on Saturday, a bit of variable cloud with a chance of flurries on and off through the weekend. Let's not jump the gun, though, Chrissy. You've got a lot of traffic updates. You know, maybe the cafes aren't open up just yet on the Danforth or on Queen West or down at Harbourfront, but it won't be long before we shed those big parkas and we're out by the lake riding our bikes. I know some of you ride bikes winter long. All winter long, not me. Easterly winds, 36 kilometers an hour, Oshawa, 38 in Toronto. Those are gusts. It does feel brisk today. The wind chill, it's around -10 or so. And those easterly winds, and notice the wind arrows, still a bit of a southeast tilt. Boy, that helped to bring us snow this morning in Toronto. It wasn't forecast. I gotta say that. I'll be honest with you. Those winds, they just dug in a bit more, and that brought, with the southeast wind, bending my knees for you here, there we go, brought it right up into Toronto, and less for Hamilton. All right, having finished the show and tell, the interpretive dance portion of this forecast, the last couple of hours, we're starting to lose the light of day. So I'll see if I can pause this for you. This is a visible satellite. So this is the actual view looking down from space. Lake Erie solidly frozen at the west end. We're starting to see more ice breakup, and that's in large part because of those easterly winds today. Just a really neat bit of science and technology here that we've been sharing today. All right, temperatures this evening, have a little look. Temperatures tomorrow morning, have a little look. -5 Toronto, that's normal, a morning low. And at this time of year, we'd want to be 2 or 3 degrees. We are going to get there. Chrissy, March break underway already for some families. Local forecast ahead. The website helps with the planning as well. Our website. Beat the traffic getting around now, though. Thanks, gang. Great job, Natalie. Wonderful guest today. Cruising the Toronto Harbor. Kind of a unique perspective there. It's fresh down by the water, but what a spectacular view of a gorgeous skyline. Whether you're joining us from downtown Toronto, maybe you're up in Oak Ridges, maybe you're out in Brampton, Caledon Way. What a great part of the country we live in. What a great country we live in. So much wonderful countryside. We've got the Great Lakes. And look at them. Do you see these numbers? As of this morning, total ice coverage, 91.8%. We don't think it's going to get much higher. We're not at a record. We have come quite near to a record, which is around 94% ice coverage. And Ontario is often was typically the holdout. That's a 47% right now. It's a deeper lake and it's a more southerly lake. So those are the two main reasons. Seeing some ice breakup on Lake Erie. It's starting to become more significant. And all the open water, and when the winds tilted from an east-west orientation to more of an east-southeast, that brought the snow into the west side of the GTA today. I know this was not what we talked about yesterday. We thought we'd have more for Hamilton and certainly far less for Toronto. This is what we talked about. Current temperatures going up. They'll go up even more tonight. Tomorrow morning we'll be into the light blue, and tomorrow afternoon we'll be above zero. And it's about time. Coming up at 5:54, bathed in that late day glow. They call that golden hour. You know, as we get into wedding season, spring, summer season, that golden hour for family get-togethers and barbecues and picnics, that becomes the primo time for taking photos. So if you got a new little guy or little girl in your family, you'll be putting them on the picnic blanket, late day light, very soft, beautiful. How did I get onto photography? Okay, before my director, John, yells in my ear, no, he never yells at me, but says, get on with the maps here. Easterly winds, still the arrows showing a southeast flow, and these are winds and then gusts in orange. And the gusts are certainly kind of knifing through the jacket today. I found it was quite brisk when I came into work, and the winds have been up all day long. Big change coming, though, this evening, -6 to -9. Sunshine, similar temperatures tomorrow morning, clear skies, longer days, more and more sunlight, and as the sun's orbit or its perspective coming down on us, as that tilt gets higher in the sky, we get stronger sunlight. Typical, of course, that's the way the seasons work. We're seasonal tomorrow. There's some snow to our north, rain to our south if you are traveling for March break. But what I'm really chuffed about, pumped about, stoked about is the fact that our temperatures, although this is below average next week, it is so much better, Chrissy, than we have had for so long.
I will
take it.
That was perfect synchronization. I love it because we're both so excited. Every time Suzanne said a warm-up, it started with a minus. So I'm certainly excited about this one. I'm also